Welcome to GAC Podcast, the podcast where we explore profitable farming ventures and provide tips for aspiring farmers. That podcast where we discuss all about agriculture. I'm your host, Aka Joshua Salvation, and today we are diving into the world of pig farming. Specifically, we'll be discussing how you as a beginner, or how every beginner out there, can start a profitable pig farm. So if you've ever considered venturing into pig farming, or you are simply curious about the topic, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Pig farming can actually be a lucrative and rewarding venture for beginners, but it's actually important that the beginners approach it with careful planning and understanding. So below, I'm going to be listing or discussing some key factors to consider when starting a profitable pig farm. First, we will discuss research and education. Now, before diving into pig farm, it's better that you educate yourself about the industry. It's better to learn about your pig breeds, housing requirements, feeding techniques or practices, health management, and marketing strategies. And you can do this by attending workshops. You can do this by meeting other farmers to learn, connecting with other pig farmers to gain practical insight and knowledge. You can visit pig farms around your vicinity to get to know how they're doing these things. It's not really so difficult, but it's important and paramount that you do all those things. So, research and education, key point number one. So, moving over to number two, we have business plan. It's actually adequate. It's important, it's paramount that you develop a comprehensive business plan. This is what a lot of people overlook when they're starting. They just get the money, they buy pigs, they stock, and they get somebody to manage it for them, or they actually learn it, get money, start without having that business plan that outlines their goals, financial projections, marketing strategies, production targets, and all. And they end up growing as slow, like very slow, and most of them will even end up running at a loss. Yeah, but that is actually very, very rare in pig farming. But still, business plan is one thing of key importance in growing agriculture, in growing plants, in rearing animals, in starting any business. It's very important. So business plan, another key point. Now the plan actually helps you serve as a roadmap for your pig farm. It helps you show you the way. It's more like a person going to a destination he doesn't know. You can't actually go there without having your map now. So it's best to either using Google Map or you're using the conventional map, whichever one. But you need a map. So that map helps you stay focused and organized. It helps you put you to the right path. That's just the same thing business plan does. So why do you overlook it in your business? Very important. Another key point is selecting pig breeds. It's important that you choose pig breeds that align with your market. Some people have actually grown fond of this. I love Duroc breed. You know why? Because of their colors. No, I love Landrace. You know why? Because of their ears. Their ears are droppy and they look cute. This and that, blah blah blah. And I love large whites. They are very active. They are very active. I love the Gambaroo breed. Do you know why? It's actually the females happen to they're a bit smaller to handle, and yeah, oh my god. A lot of people they just select breed based on their personal preference, but that is very wrong if you're doing that piggery as a business. If you're doing the pig, you want to keep it as pets, fine. But if you're doing it as a business, you don't choose pig breeds based on your personal preference. You choose pig breed based on your market demand. Something that aligns with your market demand and production goals. That is what you choose. Pig is basically for meat. So if you're choosing something that and you know your market demands for probably fatty meat, you go for breeds like the large white, the landrace. Those are big breeds. Even Duroc is also big. If you're choosing pigs, or if you have pigs in a bit of a local place that you know your market is not that wide, you can go for local pig breeds, which you know people in your vicinity will be able to afford, and you sell faster. Okay, so it's actually based on your market demand and production goals. That is on that ground that you select your pig breed, not on your personal preference. Now, it's best to also research popular breeds known for their meat quality, growth rate, and adaptability to your local climate as well. Consider factors such as disease resistance when selecting your breed, the litter size, what number of liters does it drop, what number of piglets can you get from a litter or from production, from each birth. And the market preference, when making your selection, you have to put that one as a key point, as a key factor. What do your market prefer? Because you're not the one that would buy that would grow and eat your pig meat. It's your market that buys it. They are the end user. So you actually going to channel your selection based on what your market wants and not just what you want. Another factor for number four is housing and facilities. Design and construct the appropriate housing for your pigs. It's important. It should provide enough space. The housing should have enough space. It should be spacious. It should ensure proper ventilation. It must be an environment that temperature can be controlled and you can manage your waste effectively. Adequate fencing and security measures should be taken because it's essential as it helps to prevent escapes and protect your investment. As you see, pig farming is an investment. Every agricultural business you start there is an investment. So it's important to treat it as such and not just treat it as a hobby. All right. So we have number five key point is feeding and nutrition. It's important that we develop a proper feeding regime or program based on the nutritional requirements of your chosen pig breeds. So to do this, you can consult veterinarians or nutritionists, or better still, go to feed millers, pig feed millers to actually formulate balanced feed that will promote healthy growth and optimize meat production. But that if that is too expensive for you, you can try out that for the meantime, for the first time, first one, two, three times. And when they're actually doing that, take a peek, stay with them, join them in the work, not because you don't have anything to do, but because you want to know what they are doing, what quantity of this they are putting, what quantity of this they are putting. And when you know that, when you know the way they formulate the feed, you can buy the material from your local market. Can buy your local feed ingredients. Not everything that is compulsory to is a if the, for the feed to be balanced, there are also some supplements you can actually use. There are supplemental feed ingredients that are available in your local market instead of buying the hybrid feed. So you can actually utilize that to keep your costs at a minimum stage. All right, that will help you improve your profits and reduce your cost of production as well. Because if you keep buying hybrid feed or formulated feed all the time, it tends to be very expensive. But if you formulate your local feed with your local ingredients, pig will always grow. They will grow with it. All right, just that the growth rate might differ, but they will grow with it and they will do well with it. So if you can do that, start with the formulated one for the meantime until you learn how to actually formulate your feed effectively to give them that balanced nutrients or balanced diet they need. Then from there, you can start formulating your own feed when you've learned how to formulate a balanced diet for your pigs. Diving into the sixth point is health management. You must implement a robust health management program to prevent the control of diseases. Diseases like African swine fever, you might not want that to get to you. Diseases such as brucellosis, such as a lot of diseases on pig farming that you wouldn't want them to actually come close to your farm because such diseases might spread as fast as possible. So the best thing for a pig farm is be disease free. Pigs are not really susceptible to diseases, so it's best not to even let it get in at all. If you are able to maintain a disease-free pig farm, I assure you that you're going to make the most profit and you're going to be smiling to the bank on a regular basis. But once a disease has gotten in, before you can eradicate it, you must have lost a lot. So the best thing, just as snail farming is, pig farming is also delicate when disease strikes. But without diseases, if you're able to maintain your environment, I assure you, you have something to actually fall back on, even at your retirement stage. So you also have to set in preventive controls. You know the saying, prevention is better than control. So setting a preventive measure, set up preventive measures to actually help detect diseases early and to actually prevent diseases from even coming up at all. Then your what is that thing am I not mentioning now? Your cleanliness, your hygiene, yes, in your farm, biosecurity measures should be in place. That is also very important. And when talking about health management, do not forget to establish a very good relationship with your veterinarian or with a veterinarian who specializes in pig health. Not every veterinarian who I go and meet that knows a lot about. They might know it theoretically, but have they practiced it? So meet the one that specializes on pig health. Then have them come and do your regular checkups, vaccinations, proper hygiene practices. They should come check out your farm on a regular basis. But once you build a good relationship with them, trust me, they won't charge you much. All right. So that's why I said first, establish a very good relationship with that veterinarian of yours, and that will help you reduce costs. Yeah, and help them even tell you the truth, everything. Tell you 100% as going on. Yeah. So maintain a health. It's vital to actually maintain the health and welfare of your pigs. Very important if you want to smile to the bank. Yeah. Number 7, we have marketing and sales. Identify your potential markets. That's a key one. That should even be on the top. Identify your potential markets for your pig product early. Yeah. And explore local butchers, local shops that sell pig, pork meats and all. Restaurants, Chinese restaurants is one that if you mistakenly get into them and you are able to penetrate their markets, I'm sure you would never lack markets for your pigs. Direct to consumer sales is also another option. So you can have that, you can butcher and sell in part to families who love to consume pork. Yeah, trust me, there are families that consume a lot of pork. So if you can get these families into your business on a regular basis, you can be butchering for their consumption. Yeah. So you also have to build responsible relationships, effective relationships with buyers, and establish a reputation for providing quality product, quality sells itself, for providing quality product. Utilize the online platform. Social media is always there for us to expand our customer base and promote our farm. So utilize that effectively as well. Number 8, we have financial management. Keep detailed records for your expenses and income, your production data, and all. It's best to monitor key financial indicators such as your feed conversion ratio, average daily gain of weight, then cost of production. That should always also be keyed into. It should be noted. Now, regularly assess your profitability and make adjustments to optimize your farm financial performance. That's one. So number 9, which is the last of the key steps I'm going to be keeping. There are lots more, but I just have to pick this 9 because of our time. Continuous learning and adaptation. There is a saying that no man is an island of knowledge. So what you've learned today from one person, you can learn a lot tomorrow from another. So we are all endowed with different level of knowledge, and that makes us unique, not inferior. So it's best you continue learning, continue unlearn, unlearn and relearn, or learn and relearn, whichever one. But just make sure you continue going through that cycle of learning and learning. The farming industry is ever evolving. It's not static. What you learn today, tomorrow might be outdated. So you have to stay updated on new techniques, new technologies, market trends. Attend different agricultural conferences, join farming associations, network with other pig farmers. That will help you stay informed and enhance your farming practices if you don't know that. Remember, starting a profitable pig farm requires dedication, hard work, and passion for animal welfare. So it's essential that you prioritize the well-being of your pigs and provide them with healthy and stress-free environment. There was something that actually happened during while I was studying and in my agricultural school, and there is this pig. It's a land race breed. It's the biggest there. While I got there, the pig. I noticed that pig actually is very clean. When other pigs can be so silly that they go poo in their feeding trough, this one poos directly to where it's being collected, towards the edge of the door. So once you open that door, you can just collect the feces there immediately, and then you wash off. It loves keeping its environment clean. Now, the only offspring of that pig that is remaining in the farm as well is also like the father. That one even sleeps in the feeding trough, but it will never mess up that feeding trough. So that got me attracted to that pig. So what I did was I gave the pig a name, and he responds. Whenever I call it big boy, he comes up and grunts. And whenever he hears me singing to the piggery pen, whenever I attend to them on Saturdays and Sundays when we don't have lectures and when we don't have practicals, whenever I'm going to attend to them to give them food and all, it always, once it hears my voice singing from far away, it will start grunting and making noise. And once I get there, it comes over to me and start putting the nose on my face and all. So I kind of enjoy that environment. That was because I bonded with the pig. I loved it. Yes, I seriously appreciated the fact that it was there. It was the biggest pig in the farm. It weighed the most, and it had that intelligence as well. So I got very close to it. So that is one thing. For a farmer, a pig farmer, you should know your pigs one after the other. I don't know if it's possible for a lot of people, but if you are doing it with that passion, you might not be able to do this. But when you're doing it with passion, you should be able to understand your pigs. When that pig was sick, I was the first in hand to understand that that pig was sick because the level of response was very low, and I had to start telling my lecturer that this pig is sick. This pig is sick. He's no longer acting the way he used to act to me again, and they thought it was a joke, and it was really sick. So it's best to actually understand your pigs, know them, know your pigs. It's very important. It's essential to prioritize their well-being, provide them with healthy and stress-free environment. Yeah. Now, as with any business venture, starting small and scaling up gradually is prudent approach for beginners. Don't just jump in and put 3,000 pigs. It's going to weigh you down. Pick from little and grow steadily. This allows you to gain experience, fine-tune your operations, and assess market demands before expanding your pig farm. So, that's all for today's episode on thinking GAC podcast. Sorry. I hope you found this introduction to profitable pig farm for beginners informative and inspiring. And if you're considering entering the world of pig farming, take the time to research your plan, seek guidance from experienced farmers. With the right knowledge, dedication, and a bit of hard work, you can actually build a successful and profitable pig farm business. So, thank you for listening. Join us next time as we explore more exciting ventures in the world of agriculture. Until then, hit on that red button down there, hit on the notification bell, and comment. Where are you listening from? Keep dreaming and dreaming big, and keep farming smart. Bye.